Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Music of Planet Earth. It is the year 7700, and we are broadcasting from alien planet Kelt in the Andromeda Galaxy. Today, we'll be touching on an important aspect of the life of Hilaire Burton, who is one of the most influential players in the music industry in the 21st century, and whose work has continued to influence music of today. Our focus for this episode is a person whom Hilaire deemed the most influential musician for her career, South African musician, composer, producer, and activist, Hugh Masekela. Hughie was born to an impoverished township in Witbank, South Africa in 1939, right in the height of apartheid. Hugh grew up listening to many jazz records at home, and at age 15 he was inspired to pick up the trumpet after seeing Kirk Douglas in Young Man with a Horn. The first band Hugh joined was the Huddleston Jazz Band in the mid-1950s. And when Father Huddleston was exiled from South Africa for his anti-apartheid activities, he traveled to the United States, where he met Louis Armstrong and told him about their youth band in South Africa. Hearing of this, Louis sent his trumpet to the Huddleston Jazz Band, which was soon given to Hugh to play in their band. Hugh Masekela took to the streets, jumping in joy for this amazing gift. As Hugh developed as a solo artist in South Africa, he wrote music that was filled with sentiments and messages of anti-apartheid, expressing the agony, despair, and exploitation caused by this grave movement. Hugh focused his music on political and social change in South Africa. Following a brutal apartheid-driven mass murdering in Sharpeville, and continued actions by the government to limit the rights of Black South Africans, Hugh decided it was time to leave the country and continue to spread his powerful word and experiences through his music. In 1960, Hugh moved to New York City, where he was surrounded and inspired by jazz legends such as Dizzy Gillespie, Herb Alpert, Thelonious Monk, and Charles Mingus. This was an important time for Hugh and his music, as he wrote and recorded albums with South African bakanga and township sounds, mixed with New York jazz sounds. Hugh Masekela was a driving force in developing different sectors of world music, both creating and spreading political, social, and pro-South African messages about his home country, and actively participating in the global struggle for freedom and human rights. This is the story of Hugh Masekela. As you may have learned now, Hilaire felt empowered and very influenced by the life of Hugh Masekela and how that reflected the mission of her music and her goals for the music industry. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back with episode 2 of Music of Planet Earth when the crescent red moon returns.